Welcome, Wednesday nighters. It's great to be back with you again. It's been a couple weeks. Maria and I were out on vacation. We went up and did some camping up at the shack, in a shack up in the hill country. Lots of mice and all of other wonderful God creations and creators. And it was so good, but it's really good to be back. In fact, I want to share a little bit something about me personally you may not have known. One of the ways you can tell if I'm happy or excited to be with you or excited for a moment is I do something with my hands. I go like this. And I did this actually on our wedding day when the back door opened up and Maria walked out into the aisle to come down. I'm sitting up in the front and they got this on video. I'm there going... And I was doing that right now before the camera went on because I'm excited to be with you guys. It's good to be back. Well, I've got a question for you guys to get started tonight. How many of you, because of what's going on around us, have found yourself lately in your head a lot more than usual? If that's you, I want you to put "been there." Type that in the chat down below, "been there." That's definitely been me. It seems like with all the extra free time that's now available, you can't go to the movies, you can't go out to just grab tacos the way you used to with a gang of friends. It seems like there's a lot more extra time. And so I tend to get into my head more. I tend to do more thinking. As I watch the news and I see the world's problems, I tend to go into my head. I tend to think, man, what's going on? This world seems so weird. This is so horrible. And then you've got, on top of all that, you've got more personal stress than normal. Maybe you're wondering, how am I going to do this new school year? Am I going to go to the classes or am I going to stay home and do it remotely? And there's just this level of stress that causes you to go into your head more. It causes you to do this extracurricular thinking. It drives us inward into our thoughts. Well, the reality is, who we are in our inner world, in our personal thoughts, actually better defines us than what people see on the outside. Some social media geek named this phenomenon, he called it the theory of the 16th second. It's based off the idea that your Instagram story can only be 15 seconds uploaded 15 seconds at a time. And after you upload that 15-second story, you walk away from those 15 seconds and immediately your life goes back to normal, back to reality. What you do in the 16th second, not the first 15 that are on social media, are your reality, the most important part of your life. Those 16 seconds, those 16th second thoughts that come after you show others what's going on, after you post it up on the Instagram, may be your strongest thoughts. They may be your truest you. 16th second thoughts like those thoughts you have after you finish FaceTiming a friend that you really want to be with personally. You want to be able to touch, to put your hand on their shoulder, to give them a hug. And you're like, I so miss contact. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so lonely. Those kinds of thoughts. Or those thoughts that come when you've finished a big day and you're laying down at night and you're in your bed and you're supposed to be just falling asleep, and all that's happening instead is you're laying there and the thoughts are tumbling around in your head. And you're wondering, man, what's happening in this world? What's going on? Or when you finish that conversation with someone you respect and love, and they've called you out on something that maybe you need to work on, and you walk away that and your thoughts are kind of defeated thoughts. Thoughts that say, I'm never going to measure up. Or maybe that 16th second thought is the one you have after you walk away from a bad disagreement and you're like, I really dislike that person. In fact, I hate them. I can't stand them. Those thoughts, those 16th second thoughts, they may be our strongest thoughts. They have the potential to knock out our day, knock it out of whack. Or the potential, if there's enough of them, to actually knock our whole life off of course. So my question to you is this. What are your realest thoughts? Your biggest fears? Your deepest desires? What's happening in your 16th second? The truth is, your life is always moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts. Always. Listen to what a very wise man from the Bible said. He said, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." You are what you think. Short, simple, sweet, to the point, right? If you think you can't, you won't. If all you think about are the problems that are going on around you, life will be a problem. If what is consuming your mind right now are the horrors of the world, your world will feel horrible. If you believe that the world is filled with evil and unjust people, if those are the thoughts that are going through your mind, all you will see in people is evil and injustice. Life's battles are won or lost in the mind. Think about what you're thinking about. Are you excited where your thoughts are leading you? We need, in fact, I would say we must, especially during this time, take time to reset our brains. Now, you can find some really weird stuff on the internet if you Google these words, 16 seconds. All kinds of stuff comes up. For instance, I found this. Behavioral researchers have suggested that it takes only 16 seconds to reset your brain. They say, breathe in, thinking of your negative thought for 4 seconds. Then hold your breath for 4 seconds and replace that negative thought with a positive thought. Then the next 4 seconds, you blow out the positive thought. When I hear this, that sounds weird to me, but they call this, the researchers call this the pattern of interruption. 4 seconds to breathe in, 4 seconds to hold, 4 seconds to breathe out. It sounds a little wacky to me. It's hard to believe that all of that could be done in just 16 seconds. But the concept behind this, the concept of changing the way you think, is nothing new. The importance of it is nothing new. In fact, God knew this long before the internet was even a thing. I want you to listen to what the preacher Paul says in the Bible about this very thing. Paul says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." I want you to type those words in the chat. God, transform me. Transform the way I think. God's telling us tonight, don't think like everyone else around you. Let me, God, transform and change the way you think. Now, maybe more than ever, we need to do this. We need to think the way God designed us to think. What is that one stronghold, that one powerful thought that's holding you back? What is that thought or those groups of thoughts that you know are unhealthy or do not honor God, and you're entertaining them every day? What are they? We need to capture those thoughts. That's what the Bible says. We need to reprogram our mind with the truth of God. Speaking of the number 16, I want to share 16 great things that I see some of you doing that will help and is helping your thinking, okay? I see these in you guys as students. As I look over, I can't see you in person like I used to, but as I look over social media and I see what you're posting, I see you're doing many of these 16 things. So I want to go through them. This is a time of positive energy, and I want you to just understand, I see some good stuff coming. Here's the first one. I see some of you guys eating well. Great thing to do for your thinking. Your body's growing. It needs good stuff to produce good thoughts. Did you ever notice if you just sit on the couch and all you do is eat Cheetos, your mind just kind of goes to just blah? It's just like, I don't even feel like thinking. I just want to sit here and watch Netflix, right? So some of you are doing that. You're eating well. Here's another thing you're doing. You're sleeping. I'm seeing people getting back into a rhythm. Going to bed at 10:30, waking up at 8. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Your brain needs sleep to detox. Here's a third one, detoxing, which I just mentioned. And I see that happening. More than once I've seen, more than a few of you students have said, you know what, I'm taking a break from social media. You're detoxing. You're recognizing that this particular system has a potential to really pull me down, to make my thinking go where it shouldn't. And how about this? Number 4, showing up. Number 5, calling out. Number 6, empathizing. As a generation, I see that you see things that are wrong and you step into them. You step into them and say, this isn't right. You do something about them. You feel another person's pain and you get involved. Those are good things. Those change the way you see the world. They change the way you think. Number 7, you're deleting. You're eliminating things that you did as a youngster. Now that you're older, you're saying, that doesn't belong in my life. It may be the things that tumble off your mouth, out of your lips. It may be relationships that you're in, or it may be some non-God honoring actions that have gone out. You're deleting them from your life. It may be social media accounts that you know aren't good for you. Maybe you said, I saw one young lady who said, I've had enough of TikTok. I'm deleting it. I can't take this anymore. I can see it's not helping me. You're making wrong things right. Number 8, you're thinking. You're thinking for yourselves instead of letting social media think for you. Number 9, you're celebrating. You're celebrating each other instead of tearing each other down. I see this on social media. Way to go. Heart. Great job. These are good things. Number 10, you're goal setting. You're setting personal goals and you're reaching them. I looked on the internet the other day, watched one of our students, and they were lifting up some like intense chunk of concrete. And I'm like, how in the world do they do it? And they said they're after their personal best. They're actually setting goals and they're meeting them. Number 11, you're finding solitude. You're looking for quiet places to retreat to in order to clear your minds. This is a good thing. Number 12, you're going deeper than you've ever gone before. You're not satisfied with shallow things, whether it's a relationship or even conversations. You're not satisfied with shallow. You want to go deeper. Number 13, you're taking healthy risks. You're stepping out of your comfort zones and trying new things. Number 14, you're saying, I love you. You're putting positive emotions into verbal words. This is a great way to change the way you're thinking. Number 15, you're making dope stuff. Okay, I can't believe that this old man actually used the word dope. It's probably the last time you're ever going to hear me use that word. But I've seen some of the stuff that you guys have created, some of the artwork, the drawings that you've put up on Facebook. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know they had that in them. Some of the stuff, some people are sewing and they've never sewed before. You're creating some really cool stuff. I love it. And number 16, you're challenging the status quo. You're not doing what everyone else is doing. You're thinking differently. We're going to take that list and we're going to put it up on the screen right now, because I want you, if you're at home, or if you're watching on your phone, I want you to screen capture that list, because I want you to go back and I want you to look at that list. I want you to say, okay, I said right off from the beginning, I see these things in you. I see that you're doing these things. But for some of you, you're not. So maybe this is something you should start on today because it will change your mindset. Keep doing these things. It'll change your mindset and your thinking patterns, and it'll make them better. But if you aren't doing these things and you're finding yourself consumed by negative thoughts, start doing them now. I want to leave you with two 16-second tools, because they can all be done in 16 seconds that'll help change the way you think. And here's the first one, a 16-second prayer. It has to do with the head, the heart, the hands, and the home. So remember it that way, the 4 H's, head, heart, hands, and home. And it goes like this: God, I know my thoughts are important. Keep my thoughts pure. God, keep my heart real. Give me desires for what's true and authentic, God-honoring. Things that are of you, that they would be on the forefront of my heart. Keep my hands doing what matters. And finally, give me and my family, my home, wisdom. Simple prayer. And here's the second tool. Get a life slogan. Get a life slogan. So what's a slogan, you may ask? Well, it's slogan time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a moment here to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, because we're going to have a contest. I actually have one of the parents of one of the students donated some gift cards, and this is a Visa card for $25, and the winner of this contest is going to win this Visa card. Now, you can't cheat. You can't Google the answers. We're going to have a slogan contest, so what you need to do is to get a piece of paper and number it from 1 to 10. That's all you do, is 1 to 10. And then you're going to put them up as soon as you get them. The one who gets these up the quickest with the most is going to win this gift card, okay? I'm going to say the slogan, and I want you to tell me who the company is, okay? You ready? Here they go, 1 through 10. I'm going to go pretty quickly. So here you go. Number 1, just do it. Number 2, magically delicious. Number 3, melts in your mouth, not your hands. Number 4, where's the beef? Number 5, they're great. Number 6, the breakfast of champions. You keeping up? I'm going too fast? I hope so. I don't want you to cheat, okay? Number 7, you're in good hands with. Number 8, we try harder. Oh, that's a tough one. Number 9, snap, crackle, pop. Some of my leaders out of Davy Booth are yelling them out. Number 10, is it in you? I didn't even know what this one was. Is it in you? Okay, you guys got a few minutes. The one who gets that list up the quickest is going to win that gift card, okay? Well, just as these slogans identify a company, we must remember that we will be identified by what we think. So we need to have a positive thought, a slogan, if you will, that you can go to on the quick, something that will help you during this difficult time. I have one, and it has been so good for me. It's a Bible verse, and I want to challenge you to make it yours as well. It's a Bible verse that has to do with thoughts. Let it become your slogan. It's Psalms 19:14. Make this thought your thinking for life. Are you ready? It's very simple. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord. Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord. Very simple slogan, a life verse that you can memorize when your thoughts are starting to go haywire. Less than 16 seconds, you can say that verse. In fact, you could probably say it 3 times in 16 seconds. Listen to me. Who you are going to be during these crazy times and who you will become in the future starts with the way you think. our life is moving in the direction of our strongest thoughts. I challenge you to let those thoughts be thoughts that are centered around God, centered around his Son, Jesus. Thoughts that will lift you up and build you up instead of tearing you down and pulling you down. And you may be thinking, why bother? If I want to be in a funk, let me be in a funk. Let my thoughts go where they want to go. Listen to me. You're not only affecting yourself, you're not only hurting yourself, everyone who's around you. If you're quarantining at home, your little brother, your little sister, your mom, your dad, they're all affected by the way you're thinking. That's the reason we want to capture those thoughts that don't belong in our mind and get rid of them, because it doesn't just ruin us. It has a potential to ruin those around us. The way we are in our inner world shows up in the way we treat others, the way we hurt or help those around us. What will your thoughts do? Will they hurt or help? Will they lift up or will they put down? Can I pray with you guys tonight? It's so good to be back with you again. Let's just pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the honor of being able to spend just a few moments with my peeps, with my Wednesday nighters. Lord, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I pray that you would speak into our hearts. I needed to hear this message tonight. My thoughts have a tendency to race off in directions that they don't need to go. And I'm understanding the importance of taking those captive and replacing them with not just good thoughts, but with good activities that will change my mind. I pray that you would give our listeners the ability to do that they would turn to you for Christ-like inspiration that will change the way they think. And Lord, if there's someone listening to my voice tonight who doesn't know you personally, and they can't experience you and the positive power that you want to release into their lives, I pray that tonight would be the night that they would simply invite you in. They would confess to you, just as I did when I was 16, that I'm a sinner. I've messed up, and the list is huge, Lord. Forgive me. Forgive me. I don't want to be that person anymore. Come in and take control of my life and do it tonight in Jesus' name. I believe, Jesus, that you are the Son of God. Pray that with me. Lord, come in. If that's you, then I want to challenge you to, and you prayed that prayer, I want to challenge you to let us know. Put it in a text. We'd love to contact you. I love you guys. It was really good to see you. I'm looking forward to the day when we can be in person again. I'm hoping it's soon. I just want you to know I miss you. Air hugs. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.